what's going on, my hungry friends? Today I have an amazing treat for you. We are going to be making pig shots. It's going to be savory, it's going to be sweet, and it's also going to be creamy. Let's make it. All right, so the first step into making the pig shots is creating the cheese batter. It's going to be a very simple process, easy to do, and I'm telling you right now, a third grader can do this, right? We're going to start with Philadelphia cream cheese, and it's going to be whipped. Once we're going to put this in the bowl, we're going to stir that up and grind up pepper jack cheese, and we're also going to do mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to show you how I do it, and we're going to stir this up. And we're going to move on to the next step. So check this out. Step one, we're just going to take it out of the package. And for the purpose of this cook, we're going to be doing 32 ounces of cream cheese. It's 8 ounces. Yep, sounds about right. 8 ounces per package. And see how easy it is to get it out of the bucket here? Okay. Okay. Now that we're done with that, we're going to move on to the next step, and we're going to shred our cheese. All right, so the next step, I'm going to cut up some pepper jack cheese into small rectangular large blocks. And we're going to grind them up into our shredder machine. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing for our mozzarella cheese. And when I'm combining the pepper jack cheese and the mozzarella cheese, you're going to get the sweetness part of the mozzarella, and then we're going to taper it off with the spicy part of the cheddar jack cheese. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to clear all that out. All right, we're going to add this into our cheese batter. And this is where we're going to get our gooey delight. All right, almost done. Now, one thing I like to do while I'm preparing my food is I like to clean up my little area so I have a lot more room to work with. And another good thing about that too, it creates good habit in the kitchen as well. Okay. Now, once we combine all of our cheeses together, cream cheese, cheddar jack cheese, and I'm sorry, not the cheddar, or pepper jack cheese and the mozzarella, we now make jalapenos, and we're going to cut them up, dice them up, and put them in here as well. And what that is going to do is going to give it that extra kick. Okay. So these are already rinsed, washed, ready to go. So I'm going to cut them up. And I'm going to cut them up very finely or thin. And then we're going to commence to mincing them. Okay. And I'm going to go real slow for you guys so you can see exactly how I'm doing it in slow motion. My knife skills aren't the greatest, but you know, it works. To each of their own, right? All right, that's good. Okay, so the next step we're going to do into our cheese batter is add the minced jalapenos into the cheese batter. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and stir this up. And this is going to take a few moments, so Just take your time with it, enjoy it. All right, good. All right, so the next step what we're going to do is we're going to cut up our smoked sausages, right? I got these smoked sausages at our local butcher, and how we're going to do this is we're going to cut them up into quarter bite sizes. So when we get done making the pig shots, you can just literally throw the whole thing in your mouth and it'll all fit very perfectly fine, okay? So when I'm cutting this up, as you can see, I'm doing this, and I'm cutting it right about, maybe, what? It was about half an inch, you think? About half an inch to an inch. So about like that, right? And what that's going to do is when I begin to wrap the bacon around it, I'm going to start toothpicking it, and it's going to hold it in place. So in turn, it becomes the base of our pig shots, okay? So I'm going to make a bunch of these. All right, so these are all cut up. Now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up some bacon, okay? All right, here you go. Let's do this. Let's do a few of these so you can see at home. And that's all we're doing, folks. We're just cutting it in half. And we're gonna take a piece of bacon, like so. We're gonna take a quarter piece, and we are going to roll it. And you want to get it all the way around. Take a toothpick. Just make sure it stays. So it looks like this. And what's going to happen is we're actually going to fill this up with the cheese batter. Okay, so it looks like that, but it will harden up. All right, and the only reason why it's kind of wilty a little bit is I had it on the smoker for just a little bit. Okay, look at that. Okay, so the next step in the process is filling our pig shots with our cheese batter that we had made earlier, right? And so what I like to do is I like to take a cup and take like a Ziploc bag or some type of plastic of some sort. You can use whatever you want, as you know, Ziploc or whatever. But I'm using this, and what I do is I just take a gob of this cheese batter and I fill the bag with it. And it just makes it so much easier, you know. I have like one of those pastry little shindigs that you can use for, you know, desserts and stuff. But I wanted to show you, the viewer at home, that you can even use it with a basic butter knife, right? So let's go ahead and stuff this in here. Okay, almost done. Okay, now that's filled. All filled. We're going to take it out of the cup. And obviously before you put it in the cup, you're going to take the bag and you want to kind of layer it over the glass. But you want to re-roll it back over so you can close it. Okay, just like that. And you know, you can even lock it. Just make sure you get all the air out. Okay, just makes it so much easier when you're squeezing the cheese batter out of the bag. Okay, and you just hold it with 2 fingers, and the squeezing power you're going to get out of the 3 fingers. But after, you know, prior to squeezing it, you're going to want to cut it. And if I can find my handy dandy scissors, which is right here, you're going to cut maybe about a 1/4 inch from the top. That way we know that we can fill the pick shots, right? So here it goes. Here's number one. And to squeeze it tighter and to make sure it's coming out, you can just squeeze the bag a little bit and push down here, right? And here's one. Oops. Oh, it's a little cold, so I'm just... So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on the smoker for about 250 degrees or so, about 45 minutes. But before I do that, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of the barbecue rub from Killer Hogs. I love this stuff, and it's like kind of my go-to. But look at this. It gives that pop, that flavor, that color. All right, so let's get it on the smoker. There you go. And it's gonna go on my Memphis IntelliBurn. I gotta tell you, this thing works wonders. You don't have to baby it every 10 minutes. A lot of smoke enthusiasts out there are gonna say otherwise, but I love this thing. Okay, so we're gonna get this out in the smoker, 30, 45 minutes. 250 degrees, and it's go time. All right. Okay, so these have been on this smoker for about 45 minutes or so. Take a look at these. Unbelievable. They look smoky, and if you could smell it, I mean, just some of the fumes that I'm smelling heat, I'm smelling meat, I'm smelling, you know, all the cheeses all around in my taste buds and my nose buds. I don't know if that's a word, but we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and plate them. Okay, so listen, now that we pull it off the smoker, we're going to go ahead and plate them. Let's choose our best ones for the camera for you folks at home. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. All right. And again, I'm only hand picking these things here, but you can do whatever you want at home. But today, we're doing it this way. Okay, good. So we're going to add our Killer Hogs, the barbecue rub, right? And then we're going to add a little bit of jalapenos to give it some flavor, some vibrant aspect for your eyeballs. And we are ready to eat, my friends. So I gotta tell you folks, you know, I had a couple of these already, and the flavors are fantastic. Literally, if I can shove this through the screen and you can taste it, you're not gonna want to do any other appetizer but this. So what I want you to do is go home, I want you to make this, and here on out, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe to this channel, and let me know what you guys think about this, okay? And I hope I hear from you soon. Next Saturday, we're gonna be posting another video. Stay tuned.